welcome to Honey and Brown Nerd Realm. So, what do we do here? This is where pop culture meets philosophy.
Wow, that was totally not rehearsed. But yeah, so welcome to the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're new to the channel, thank you for discovering us. That's crazy that you just came across these two random weirdos on the internet, but we're so appreciative of it. But yeah, as she said, this channel's Honey and Brown Nerd Realm. And what does that mean? That means we do a lot of pulp culture philosophy, which basically means we like to take a more deeper philosophical approach, I guess, to all the stuff that we love, you know, whether it's music, like movies, TV shows, anime, whatever. We like to look deeper into it and kind of see, like, you know, more of the meaning behind it. But this journey that we've been going on is the music corner, and today it's the MJ corner. Basically, it's where I get to play music to my wife, and I get to share some of my favorite artists and songs and bands to her. And the journey that we've been going down to, obviously, is the Michael Jackson journey. Yes, Michael Jackson on a pregnant girl's stomach. But so as you guys know, if you've been following the channel, that Michael Jackson was probably the very first piece of music I ever experienced in my life. My mom would play it all the time growing up, and it just kind of followed me out throughout my entire childhood. And, you know, it kind of like shaped everything that I kind of like became in terms of like the art of the world. And Michael really did have a huge influence. So I'm so excited that, you know, I get to share it with my wife, who wasn't too familiar with Michael Jackson, and then soon our baby boy. He's going to be a huge MJ head. But yeah, today we are doing a very, again, another iconic song by Michael Jackson. It's called the Earth Song. I'm not sure if you've heard the song. You might have heard the song, but you've never seen the music video. I know that for sure. So I'm very excited about this. But yeah, I don't think you've heard the song, right?
I feel like I've heard of this song, but I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem that familiar to me. It's like Earth songs. No.
Earth Song is off of the History album, a very iconic album. It's kind of like angry Michael Jackson, kind of like putting a mirror to the world. But this song is a very impactful song. It kind of falls in the same line as like Man in the Mirror, They Don't Care About Us, just songs that kind of like have a very powerful message. But this song, I mean, you can obviously tell it's called Earth Song, so it has something to do with this planet Earth. But you know what, let's just get on to it. Typically what we do is we usually just jump right into the music video, and then we usually have a pretty deep talk about it afterwards. So, you know, if that's your jam, please stick around. But yeah, let's get on to it. This is Michael Jackson, Earth Song, off of the History album.
Let's go.
I swear you heard the song before, but
I don't know. Familiar. I feel like I should have, because it's one of his biggest songs.
That piano, it's honestly, it gets me every time. Like, I'm not even kidding.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fears? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, this weeping shore?
No, I haven't heard of this song yet.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think you've ever seen the music video.
No. I haven't seen the music video.
Look how beautiful the earth is, eh?
I know.
What What about all the peace that you pledged your
Oh,
only son?
that line gets me, man.
What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth as we make sure?
Wow. Wow. I don't know why, but that one hit me like super hard. Like it really did. I think it's kind of like where I am right now in life, where I'm more about like, I don't know. I'll probably talk more in depth about it, but that song has always been like one of my top 3 favorite Michael Jackson songs of all time. And I remember even as a kid when I heard it, I think I was too young to really understand what the song was. Like I knew about the song, I knew the importance of it, I had watched the music video, but I was just a kid. But as a kid, I loved the songs. I just loved the melody, I love the beat, I love everything about it. But now as I'm getting older, it's like I'm understanding the song on like such a deeper level than I did as a kid. I think as a kid I was like, oh yeah, you know, humans are destroying Earth, right? I just really like the song, I like the sound of it. But now I'm like, yeah, humans are destroying the Earth, but like why? Right?
Yeah.
But again, you've heard the song but you never seen the music video, so I'm kind of like, I've seen this music video like 100 times, but it, like, even to this day when I rewatch it, it still kind of guts me a bit. But I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are.
Well, honestly, like I really like the song, but when I was watching the music video, it kind of reminds me, like it kind of like makes me feel that we kind of need a reset into the world. I think at the end, like, you know, everything was healing, everything was going back to its natural place, and so it makes me feel like we kind of need a reset into this world, because like we're advancing way too much right now. Like we have what, like those things where, you know, you can wear like the Apple thing that you can wear
Virtual reality glasses.
Yeah, the virtual reality glasses where you can just see, like, you know, basically it's like, you know, you can touch your apps now. So I feel like we're advancing way too much that we are sometimes like we're forgetting the importance of the outside world, and that's kind of really sad, just because, like, you know, we're going a lot more right now for walks. Like we're always like trying really hard to stay off our phones and just be more present and like be more outside. And so I have more appreciation now of, like, you know, the nature, like, you know, nature, and being like, you know, the, you know, seeing the beauty into our of our outside world, like real world, like being more present and being more in contact of our real world. And so, like, you know, with this song, it's just, it kind of really saddens me that, like, right now we're more concerned with technology rather than like our nature. And so, yeah, just watching this music video, it just makes me feel like we're kind of due for a reset. That there has to change, that, you know, we can't like keep moving forward into technology. I feel like we're getting lazier and lazier by the day.
The great reset, man. If you followed some of like the rabbit holes I usually go down, you know, the thought or the premise of a reset is not really new. But it's like, you know, I don't know if it's like, it's kind of hard because I don't want to get too deep with this, because then I'll just ramble on for like an hour. But like, I think I have 2 different feelings from this song and my feelings, and like, oh god, that sounds so stupid. This song and like kind of like how I feel compared to They Don't Care About Us, like the song by Michael Jackson, the one we just did. Because They Don't Care About Us is, I think it's more of like a human struggle. It's more of like in the individual versus the individual, or the individual versus the establishment. Earth Song is kind of just about like you versus you, and like what you can do to change this world. Because yeah, Earth is very, very beautiful, and you know, you look at this like at the music video, and you just see like just how beautiful we have it, you know. And then you just see the absolute destruction that we do, or that we embark on this world, and just the total annihilation of every natural resource, just so we can, I don't know, yeah, just so that we can advance. And like, you know, I mean, this song came out what, like in 1995 or something like that, or like 96. But again, it's with Michael, his songs are timeless. This song can be played again 1,000 years from now, and honestly, the way humans are, it will still ring true. And it's so sad. But yeah, watching this video, and I don't know why, I had like a different, it hits me more than like the song They Don't Care About Us. I'm not trying to compare them to, but like those are our last two. But I think with the Earth song, just because, I don't know, again, like the last couple of years, I've been really going down like the rabbit hole of like Earth and kind of like ancient civilizations and just kind of like how people used to be compared to like how they are. And that's why it fascinates me so much to just see how different we are as a society compared to like how we were back then. And you know, back then can be like anything, but I just mean, you know, like it's kind of cool to think about that at one point, you know, humans were one with animals. Like we lived amongst the animals, and you know, now it's so divided. Like humans are now divided with each other, and now we're divided with Earth. We're divided, like there's so much division in this world that it's weird. It's like there's walls upon walls, and like everywhere you go there's walls. And you know, watching this video and just seeing the absolute destruction of what we've done to our Earth it's sad, because it's like, you know, we are bringing a child into this world. And you know, I remember, I don't know whoever said this, was some famous person, but I remember them saying something like, you know, we are so like what we leave behind is our legacy for our children, right? And we're, you know, we should come into this world, and we should, when we leave this world, we should leave it a tiny bit better for the next wave. I don't know if we're doing that as humans now, like especially now in 2023. It's such a different world that we live in, you know, like, you know, I remember back in the 90s and even in like the early 2000s, you know, the biggest thing was about the ozone layer, it was about climate, it was about pollution, right? And I think as humans we did conquer that a bit. I mean, we didn't solve it, but you know, we did our best to kind of like make the world kind of a better, more beautiful place. But as the years went on, I feel that we forgot about that. And you can just look outside and you can just see just the absolute war-torn world that we live in. And just again, like Michael speaks beyond his songs. It's weird. Again, I don't want to get too deep with this, but it's just such a weird society. It's such a weird world that we live in. And the more advanced we become, I don't know, like at what point is too much convenience bad for us? Because at the cost of like the Earth's natural way of life, just to make our life a lot, like even a tiny bit easier, right? And it's like the sacrifices that we're doing, it's not going to mean much in the end if we don't like pick ourselves up and we don't try to like just try to do better. And again, like it's not all bad. I mean, now I kind of feel like with this new generation, maybe they are trying to make the world in terms of like environmentally a lot better, but like still, like there's still destruction in this world, right? We're like, we live on this Earth and we treat it like a personal
toilet.
Yeah, like a personal toilet. And it's heart-wrenching. But as for the song, like the song is just phenomenal. Like the beat is just, I love the beat. I just love the piano at the very start. I love how the song like builds up and it just crescendos right at the end. And you know, one of the lines that from this song that really also like guts me hard is when he's like he's asking, you know, like, what about elephants, what about the man? But then I love the part where he's like, what about all the peace that you pledged your only son, you know? And like, I don't want to get religious on this, but you know, like the story about God sending his son, you know, and you know how he sacrificed his son for our sins, but it's like at what cost? Because like this world is not where it should be. We don't, you know, we don't live in peaceful times. You know, you might live in a peaceful country, but the rest of the world is out there fighting, and there's a lot of like destruction, and it's really sad because like, yeah, as you said, like maybe we do need a reset. Like maybe we've just advanced and we're at like a bubble right now where it just needs to burst, because I don't know, it's very disheartening, and it's something I try not to think about. I try to look at the positive sides of life, and again, there are tons of positive stuff in life, but just because there's positive doesn't mean that there's also not any type of negativity in this world. And there's a lot, because I know this generation is trying to like help the world, but I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's almost like hopeless, like, because like for every time you see people trying to change the world, you have people that just, not that they don't want to change the world, they just don't care about it. And that's the biggest thing, is to get people to care about it. And that's the biggest problem. Everyone's busy with their lives, and life just moves by so fast that like you don't even like realize, oh, a whole 6 months went by, and like what have we done to even better ourselves, let alone this place that we call Earth. So I don't know, that's just kind of like my rambling, me standing on my soapbox. But I don't know, Michael, he always just kind of like gets it. Like he was always ahead of his time. He was talking about things that you would think a mainstream artist would shy away from, but no, he didn't care. Like, I know the song was massive, but like, if a song like this was released today, I don't think anybody would pay attention to it, just because we're so far gone from even caring that. I don't know. So I'm so glad that this song came out at the time, and that it stands the test of time. Songs like Man in the Mirror, Heal the World, they don't care about us. Like this song, it will always stand the test of time. And I really hope the next set of generation, they hear songs like this, and it inspires them, right? Because it inspires me to just want to do better in life. So
yeah. I don't know how to follow that up. It's like, I feel like that's too deep. I don't have that much deepness in me. Like, I mean, I care about nature, I care about the earth, but it's just that it's like, yeah, sure. But yeah, like, it's like Michael has just always just like cared about everything, everybody, and then everything. And that's just how he's always been. And it's just, that's why like we all love him until now, because he was just such a beautiful soul, like, on this earth, and wanting to like, make a change for everybody, and like waking up every one of us to like also care about these things. Because like if he didn't sing about these songs, like if he didn't create this song, like, to be honest, like I wouldn't even have thought about it. Because like now, like listening to the song, like I just kind of realized that, yeah, like it's so beautiful, the world that we have, and we really shouldn't like take it for granted. We should really try hard, like even if like in the smallest ways, to just to make a difference. And I think that is what he was trying to like trying people to see, that just try every day to be better, even like in the smallest way, even in our own way. And that is why, like, Michael will always just be like, the greatest, like number one for all of us.
Yes, very deep. But anyways, we should probably wrap this up. This is gonna be a long video. But thank you guys so much for watching and for sticking around. And again, I can't wait to like read the comments. I love reading your guys' comments. I'm sorry that like we can't always respond to like all of them. We do try our best, but still please like write comments, because it just like I want, I love when we discuss Michael, and like you see people's like true feelings come out, and like this is a safe place for everyone, right? So again, I'm so grateful for life, but I'm also grateful for all of you guys as well. So thank you guys so much. But yeah, thank you again for watching and supporting us, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you.